All right, let's talk about two words that can genuinely change your life. And those words are let them. This is the heart of Mel Robbins' amazing let them theory. And today we're going to break it all down. This whole idea is designed to set you free from that constant draining cycle of trying to control every little thing and everyone.
I mean, really think about it. You know that feeling, right? The frustration of being stuck in traffic. You can't move. That little bit of resentment when a friend just completely ignores your advice. Or, oh my gosh, the stress of trying to make sure everyone is happy at a family gathering. It feels like you're fighting a battle on all fronts, and honestly, it's just exhausting. So, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to uncover that hidden source of our stress. Then, we'll get into the really powerful two-part solution. After that, we'll see how you can actually use this in your day-to-day life. And finally, we'll see how this one simple shift can kickstart what Mel Robbins calls your let me era. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of the matter. So much of our daily anxiety, our stress, it really comes from one single place. We are wasting so much energy trying to control things that are fundamentally completely out of our control. We're trying to manage what other people choose, what they feel, what they think, and you know what? It's a game we can never win. And look, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling. It's a huge issue. Research shows that a staggering 7 out of 10 people are living in a state of chronic stress. And a huge chunk of that comes from this exact thing, trying to control the uncontrollable. So if this is hitting home for you, just know you are definitely not alone in this. So the big question is, how do we get out of this trap? Well, the solution is actually deceptively simple. It's built on two tiny little phrases that, when you put them together, can completely shift the power dynamic in your life. At its core, the let them theory is a tool for your mindset. It's all about making a conscious choice to release your grip on other people while, at the exact same time, taking total responsibility for the one and only thing you truly have control over, yourself. Now, this is so important to get. The theory has two parts, and they have to work together. Let them is all about that release, letting them be themselves, letting them make their own mistakes. But that's only half of it. The other, equally important half is let me, which is where you pull all that wasted energy back to yourself and focus it on what you can control, your own response. One without the other just doesn't work. This table, using Robbins' seesaw metaphor, really just nails it. Think about it. If you're always trying to control everyone, you're actually in the weaker position. You're literally giving your power away. On the flip side, if you only say let them and don't do the let me part, you can become kind of detached, even isolated. But when you combine them, let them plus let me, that's where you find balance. That's where you build real, authentic relationships. Okay, so that's the big picture. But how do we turn this idea into something we can actually use? Let's look at how you can apply this for immediate relief, right in the moment you start feeling that stress bubble up. I absolutely love this quote from Dr. Aditi Nurikar, who's a physician at Harvard. It just perfectly captures that instant effect. This isn't some long, complicated therapy. It's like a pattern interrupt for your anxious brain. It pulls you out of that fight or flight mode and puts you right back in the driver's seat. And here's exactly how you do it. Just use this simple ABC loop. A is for assess. Ask yourself, what can I actually control here, and what can I? B is for break. You literally say let them in your head and take a deep breath. That physically stops the stress response in its tracks. And C is for choose. You actively decide what you are going to do next. That is how you take your power back, every single time. Okay, let's apply this to two of the trickiest areas in our social lives: what other people think about us and the complicated, ever-changing world of our friendships. The fear of what other people think, it can be absolutely paralyzing, right? But here's the hard truth. You cannot control their opinions. What they think is, frankly, none of your business. The real power move is to let them think whatever they want. Let them judge you. Let them misunderstand you. And then, this is the key, you say, let me focus on my life, my values, my own growth. This isn't about becoming cold or not caring. It's about putting your focus where it belongs, on your actions. Navigating friendships as an adult can be so tough. People's lives change, priorities shift, and sometimes connections just fade. But instead of getting hurt or resentful, you can apply this theory. Let them grow apart. Let them have different priorities now. And then, the important part, let me put my energy into finding and nurturing the friendships that feel good and meaningful for me right now. And this brings us to what is, I think, the most exciting part of this entire idea. Once you stop pouring all of that precious energy into things you can't control, what on earth do you do with all that newfound freedom?
This is one of the best ways to think about what this feels like. Just imagine you've been carrying this ridiculously heavy backpack for years, and it's filled with everyone else's problems, their opinions, their happiness. The let them theory is the moment you finally decide to shrug your shoulders, take it off, and just set it on the ground. The relief is instant. It's profound. And that feeling right there, that sense of lightness, that's what we're talking about. That's the feeling of reclaiming your own life. It's the incredible freedom you get when you can finally put your energy toward what actually matters to you. And this is what Mel Robbins calls your let me era. It's a deliberate choice. It's you deciding to stop waiting around for someone else's permission or approval and to start taking real action on your own life. Your let me era is all about doing. It's about giving yourself permission to be honest, to finally set those boundaries, to take some risks, and to build a life that you are deeply proud of, whether anyone else is clapping for you or not. So that's really the power of the let them theory. It's not about giving up or becoming passive. It's about taking control of the right things. So the final question really has nothing to do with them at all. It's all about you. When you finally drop that heavy backpack, what are you going to build with your own two